enough, whether through club and country, to realize and fulfill the remarkable talent that this kid has. And so for Greg, they're past this thing. Now for Greg and Gio, they have to figure out how do they work together to get the best out of what could be one of the most talented U.S. players we've ever had. And I played with his dad, and his dad was an incredible 10. But Gio has the potential to be an even greater 10 for the national team. But Greg needs to be able to mine that talent and those performances out of him.
In front of a sellout crowd of almost 40,000 here in East Hartford, Connecticut. It is the United States against Germany coming up here on TNT.
At this time, please join us in a moment of silence to mourn the lives lost in the horrific terrorist attack on the Israeli people 1 week ago today, and to recognize the ongoing suffering of innocent civilians. All of us at U.S. Soccer, the German Football Association, and the global soccer community join together in our hope for lasting peace in the Middle East and around the world. The moment of silence will begin and end on the referee's whistle. Thank you. Fans, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Germany. Fans, please remain standing and welcome Kayla Brianna to perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Brianna.
The U.S. facing a European powerhouse here in East Hartford, Connecticut today. The 12th all-time meeting between the United States and Germany is next.
Okay, DraftKings, a bonus bet back if you lose, giving people a second chance? Ryan Fitzpatrick, you've had your fair share of those. Talk to me.
With a no-sweat bet, if your first team doesn't work out, you can just bet on a different team, like Miami, or Buffalo, Washington, Tampa, New York, Cincinnati, Tennessee.
Cincinnati.
We're giving out no-sweat bets every NFL game day, every week of the season, to everyone. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Can I get a witness?
You dream about playing for your country on the biggest stage.
Make you a believer.
Straight in from where?
That is a nice goal.
Frozen low. Emily Fox with her first goal for her country.
Oh my goodness.
It's Alex Morgan.
Have some faith, I'll make you a believer.
You seem like nice, wholesome people. Dun dun dun. You are not. Cute and creepy at the same time. Pumpkin, sugar, and cake to die for. We cannot tell what's pumpkin, what's sugar, what's cake.
All new Halloween Wars, Sunday night at 9 on Food Network. Stream on Max.
US Soccer on TNT is brought to you by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. After winning both of their games in the September international window against lesser opposition, Uzbekistan and Oman, without conceding a goal, scoring 7 in the process, this is a huge step up in terms of the quality that the United States will be facing today. As Germany come in, ranked number 15 in the world, but under new management as they look to build towards the Euros next year under the leadership of Julian Nagelsmann, and also, of course, the 2026 World Cup. They have made the short trip across, having been training in the Boston area over the course of the last few days, and will play Mexico on Tuesday. But first, it's a test here for them against the United States. The last time these teams met, it was a friendly in 2015 in Germany when Bobby Wood scored an 87th minute winner. They have played, of course, 3 times at World Cups, in '98, in 2002 in the quarter-final, and in 2014 as well. The referee, Fernando Guerrero of Mexico City, gets things underway, and it's the United States in blue against the 4-time world champions Germany, in front of a sellout crowd of just under 40,000 at Rentschler Field in East Hartford, Connecticut. And these players have talked about needing to learn from big experiences moving forward towards 2026. If the United States are to achieve their dream of winning the World Cup on home soil, these are the sorts of games they have to try and start to win.
You can't win a World Cup without beating a team like Germany. And this is a great test. obviously a transition here for Germany under a new coach, so it's going to take time for them to get in gear. But when you look down the roster and the starting 11, this is a very strong German side.
Mats Hummels on the ball right now as he returns to the German side for the first time since Euro 2020. In fact, Hummels' first start since Germany's round of 16 loss against England at Wembley in the Euros, which of course were in 2021. Very youthful squad put together by Julian Nagelsmann, which includes Musiala and Wirtz in the starting lineup. There is your referee, the man from Mexico, Fernando Guerrero, his third US game all time. He was a VAR at the World Cup in Qatar. Last time he took charge of the US was a 2-0 loss against Brazil in New Jersey in September of 2018. Here's Chris Richards, who is alongside Tim Ream at the back today for the United States. Second start for Ream and Richards together as a defensive pairing. Gio Reyna trying to get on the end of that ball down the right side. Greg Berhalter putting Gio Reyna straight into the starting lineup. He obviously won't be able to go the full game. What we saw with Folarin Balogun as he was working up his match fitness in the last window was he got 45 minutes, and then it's a case of sending him back to his club in better shape to be able to contribute and be into the starting lineup for them.
Yeah, I love that he just started Gio to put it to that. This is moving on from all of that stuff off the field, and Gio Reyna, even though he's not fully fit, is a player that everyone knows they've got to get the potential out of. He's an excellent young star, and also they don't have the midfield that they used to, and we've talked a lot about the challenge for this young manager in a team that he's just taken over, but at least the team, some of the players are similar to the ones he worked with at club level.
When we chatted with Jamal Musiala last night, he said it was a lot easier for him this week, having played under Nagelsmann at Bayern Munich, to be able to adapt to what he's looking for from his team at international level. Nagelsmann replacing Hansi Flick as the Germany boss, as he did as the Bayern boss back in April of 2021. Hummels at the back, his 77th appearance for his country. Rudiger, the Real Madrid man, with a high ball forward. It'll run all the way towards Matt Turner, who makes his team leading 10th appearance of this calendar year. Weston McKennie with a high ball over the top towards Christian Pulisic, and the flag is up for offside.
Pulisic didn't hear the whistle, which, by the way, it is incredibly loud in here. And the timing of this, just a little off. And Pulisic, it's hard because we can't see the other players. We can't see across the line. And Pulisic made a great run. You could see the cut of the grass. He's running horizontally. Just timing maybe slightly off.
But towards the edge of the box as the cross ball coming from the left side. It was Joe Scally, who is playing right back today, putting that one out of play. Scally, one of the two players in the starting 11 today for the US that play their club soccer in the Bundesliga in Germany. He's with Borussia Mönchengladbach, of course. Reyna with Dortmund. Scally on that far side trying to get there again as Wirtz plays it out wide. The cross comes in and Weston McKennie will head it away. Weston McKennie also with plenty of ties to Germany, having been in the Bundesliga. 5 players in the US starting lineup today either play currently or have played in the German top flight, with McKennie, Pulisic and Richards as well as the two that are still there, Scally and Reyna. And McKennie, he had that really great game against Oman in Minnesota in September. But we saw again here today with that ball over the top. Pulisic was offside, but what vision to try and pick him out round the back.
Yeah, and Berhalter said something really interesting. He said you can't lock him into a role. He's got to float, and with this club team, obviously he's off on the right. That keeps him.
Let's try to get through. Tim Ream heads it away. Full group battling for it, as this one will be cleared by Richards to the far side.
Finish that thought in a second.
Musa does really well and rolls it in looking for McKennie. High tempo start to this one through 5 minutes in East Hartford, Connecticut, as Richards battles for it.
And Weston McKennie, Berhalter almost laughed to us, didn't he, the other day when we were sitting with him, saying, I can't keep him high up. So he's going to withdraw at times, and you saw last game when we covered it, and early on here. He's got incredible long-range ability. He's a great deep playmaker, but he also has the engine to get forward and join the attack.
Rudiger wide to Jonathan Tah down the right. This is Musiala, former teammate of Chris Richards at Bayern Munich. Leroy Sané. Gundogan, the captain, up against Gio Reyna as it's played out to Pascal Gross down the right side on his first start for his country. Musiala cutting in towards the edge of the box here, then driving to the byline. Musiala's ball back across goal, cleared away by Tim Ream.
Musiala is a handful. He's so quick, great balance. He's wiry. He's an excellent finisher. Weston did a good enough job just to get an arm on him to throw him off balance, but you could see how dangerous, especially Leroy Sané and some of their players 1v1 when they get isolated in wide positions.
Musiala not only played with Richards at Bayern Munich, but also Yunus Musa for a couple of times with the England youth national teams. Here he is down the right side once again. The way opens up a little bit for Jamal Musiala. Rolled out to that left side as the cross comes in deep from Gosens. Luke Wallman and Kyle Martino with you in the broadcast booth, and pitch side, it's Melissa Ortiz.
Head coach of Germany, Julian Nagelsmann, mentioned that he read in an article that Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz shouldn't play together. But as you can see from this starting 11, that he has started them both in the midfield. They both have extreme talent, he says, to get the ball into those half spaces in front of the opponent's back line, to dribble towards the goal.
Played away by Richards. Weston McKennie, I should say, down the left side. It comes towards Dest. Dest in the left back role today. Plenty of experience in that position. Ream couldn't quite get it away. Comes down towards Füllkrug. And now the US will try and play their way out of trouble down the right side.
Nagelsmann mentioned that Musiala and Wirtz in the mid have extreme talent in those half spaces to get in front of opponents in those open pockets and to dribble towards a goal at speed, which we have just seen in these top 7 minutes. And they're definitely a very combining players together, but also they're working on this so that in the future they can get more comfortable with each other on this national team.
Musiala started all 3 at the World Cup. Rolled out to the right side. Here's Gio Reyna. Reyna has Ware ahead of him. Ware with a pull back towards Pulisic. Straight into the arms of the grateful goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the Barcelona man, who gets things going quickly. A high-tempo start in East Hartford, Connecticut, as Leroy Sané cuts in from the right touchline. Tried to play it through for Füllkrug. And then Musiala just didn't push forward there as the Fulham man, Tim Ream, brings it away and plays high towards halfway where Pulisic was coming back from an offside position. Lively start.
Wow. This crowd, I don't know if you're picking it up at home. Deafening. Just a great atmosphere early on in this game.
Musiala's 24th cap. He plays it back here to Jonathan Tah. Gross across, and then Hummels will find Rudiger. Germany's win against France in the September international window, ending a 5-match winless run. They'd drawn 1 and lost 4 of the previous 5. 5-match winless run, the longest in 5 years. Balogun wide to the right for Ware. Pulisic is in the box. It takes a deflection on the way through. It's a corner for the United States on the far side.
Well, it's hard to see. The last sequence, we didn't get a replay, and that one, Christian, was out of your screen. But both of those opportunities on a turnover and transition, just amazing how much ground Christian Pulisic covered to get into the box and be an option. And here's a look at it. Doesn't get that square ball, but watch. And the timing's off. If it's hit there, Christian's probably beating that back line. But just such a handful, even though the service isn't making its own.
Outswinging delivery in towards Richards. One in the air by Hummels. Wirtz with the ball out to the far side, but it'll be kept in play by today's captain, Christian Pulisic. Captains the team for the 18th time. Just 1 defeat during that time. And now lots of space in the midfield for Musiala to bring it forward. Richards going across to defenders. It's played in towards Florian Wirtz along the edge of the box, and McTurner has to get down. It's off the post. The shot coming in from Pascal Gross.
Now, at the beginning of that sequence, that's an example of missing Tyler Adams. And right here, just wonderful, right in the path of Gross. And he just tries to side foot it. There's no spin on it, end over end. It's not going to turn, and it's headed towards that post the whole time. That's just how clinical the German team can be when you give them that opportunity, when they break that early pressure. And Musa just got stuck in between. When Weston McKennie went to go press, Musa was covering at a wide position, and those are those little transition moments where you do, like I said, miss a guy like Tyler Adams, and you have to make sure if you can't win that ball, there's a foul, there's something to allow you to recover and get behind the ball.
32 years old, Pascal Gross, the Brighton man who is making his first start today, just his third cap for his country. Made his debut in September in the 4-1 loss against Japan. And then came on against France in the 2-1 win. 12 minutes gone, 0-0, end-to-end stuffers. Hummels has it, and across to the left foot, Rudiger, the Berlin-born defender, who is top of La Liga right now with Real Madrid. Sané, up against Dest, down the US left. Sané cutting in one way, then the other. Sané along the edge of the box, and the US able to step away, but only as far as Hummels with the clearance. And now it's in towards Hummels once again. Maybe not expected him to be the furthest man forward there.
Excellent sequence there from Germany. The hard part in those moments is the midfield for the US. It's players behind them, between the lines, that are checking into spots, creating those triangles. Lovely sequence.
Gundogan going across to take it. Barcelona man has played in 2 World Cups, 2 Euros. Scored in the loss against Japan in Qatar, his last international goal. Gundogan's delivery towards the front post, where it's well won by Weston McKennie. Picked up by Tim Weah down the right side. Has he got the pace down that side? He has, and he's got support coming with Pulisic in the middle. It's rolled in here towards Christian Pulisic, up against Rudiger. And then it was Pascal Gross getting back to get the foot in and putting it out for a US corner on the far side. What a break.
Watch this pace right here from Weah. Just plays it up the line to himself, and even at that dramatic angle he's got to take to get back to the ball. And that's a ball that's just, you can see it's slightly ahead of Christian Pulisic, but at top speed on both of them, it's hard to pace that pass. And Christian, because the touch was a little bit underneath him, just gave Rudiger a chance to recover, but at least got a corner kick out of it. Excellent transition.
Pulisic will take this corner in towards Richards at the front post, cleared away by Jonathan Tah. And Serginho Dest will track back to get there. Dest will turn 23 early next month. His 29th appearance. This PSV side having a good season so far. They're top. They've won all 8 games. They're 2 points clear of the top flight in the Netherlands. Ream. Where?
This is good. This is the moment. It was a bit frantic. It was open. The U.S. needs to gain a little control again. Start dictating the tempo.
Ream looking for that crossfield ball to pick out Gio Reyna up against Goossens. Goossens, a teammate of Brendan Aronson at Union Berlin. Pulisic down that right side. Scally clips the cross in high towards the back post. Weston McKennie looking to climb. It drops to the feet of McKennie. Then back for Weah. Tim Weah curling it towards goal. Ter Stegen able to make the save.
A lot of height on that. And what a touch that is from Weston McKennie, just letting it bounce off the ground and collect in front of him, and takes a deflection which steals all the power out of that shot. But intensity again from the U.S. Just really on the front foot, forcing Germany to ask themselves a lot of questions, getting defensive, trying to get behind the ball. Very good start for the U.S.
Tim Weah, the Juve man, scoring a goal in St. Louis against Uzbekistan back in September, his first since finding the net against Wales at the World Cup. Now Reina finding Pulisic. Dispossessed by Gundogan there. Really good play from İlkay Gundogan. Five-time Premier League champion during his time with Manchester City, a Champions League winner as well. This ball played through. Gosens was trying to get on the end of it there as it's lit downfield by Matt Turner.
Yeah, good one. He's just class. I mean, if you think back to when he was at Dortmund and teams didn't want him, they were worried about some of his injuries. I mean, we're talking so many seasons ago, and then he goes to Manchester City and was a part of that incredible dominance. What a remarkable career he's had. Still going.
Treble in his final season before making the move as a free agent to Barcelona in the off-season. Sané cutting inside here, and he'll have a go from distance.
Now you can see the battle in this game is very much going to play out on this side of the field, and Pulisic's coming over and talking to Greg Berhalter right now. I mean, Sané is one of their dangerous players, and he likes to overload the middle at times, but also players like Sané, they want to isolate 1v1. That's one of the reasons they play so central at times. And when you have Christian Pulisic and Serginho Dest, players that have rarely paired on this side of the field, although both of them have played a lot on this side of the field in their careers, there are those moments where they've got to have that understanding, or at least help centrally, because Sané, when he gets isolated, it's very, very difficult to keep him from being a threat.
What Greg Berhalter's made of the first 17 minutes so far. Here's Melissa Ortiz.
When out of possession, Greg keeps shouting for Gio Reyna to tuck in, to stay lower, and for Tim to hold that defensive line higher. Imagine you to decrease that space in the midfield. But now in this offensive transition, you're going to see Gio find that open pocket more in that offensive line, and for Tim Weah to get higher and out wide.
Pulisic's crossing towards the back post, always drifting high above Weston McKennie. And Tim Weah.
I think what Greg is going to be really happy about is defensive shape and transition outside of one moment where they played between the lines. For the most part, they've done a really good job of closing those passing lanes and being in this mid-higher block and getting pressure on the ball, but playing out of pressure. Germany's been pushing numbers forward, and they're completely comfortable to play through the lanes, and Weston and Gio Reyna are staying disciplined and staying higher at times so that ball can bypass that initial pressure. I think Greg will love how they've been comfortable when they've been pressed by Germany.
Gosens in towards Wirtz. Scally gets a foot in there, and then Richards finds Gio Reyna. Here's Tim Ream. Fulham side 12th in the Premier League.
So I was going to say, Gio, it's going to be frustrating because the player Gio is. He wants to get a lot of touches. And so this is a game where he's just so talented in dangerous positions further up the field. The U.S. just needs him to stay higher up and not go crowd those passing lanes for Musa or McKennie.
Wirtz battling to win it back on the far side. Just couldn't find Gundogan, but this is Pascal Gross and Füllkrug unable to get there. Niklas Füllkrug with 7 goals in 9 caps for Germany. Here's Pulisic down the left for the United States. Having such a good time since his move to AC Milan. Down the left it goes for Serginho Dest. He's up against Jonathan Tah.
They've got the numbers over here. We know Berhalter likes to keep it on one side of the field. If they feel they've got triangles set up, they have good numbers. And you can see that's one reason Gio Reyna's staying over here.
Richards, who spent 4 years in Germany. 23-year-old defender from Birmingham, Alabama. Matt Turner, 5 clean sheets in 9 US starts this year. The Forest keeper up towards halfway, where it's won by Jonathan Tah. Sané, Dest just dropping back to force Sané inside. Gundogan. Musiala. Sané with the ball forward towards Musiala. It's marshalled by Tim Ream. Gundogan against Reina. Lovely play to find Musiala, and the cross-in is deep, but too deep for Gosens on the far side. And well won there as Scally brings it clear. Gundogan wins it off where? Ilkay Gundogan scooting in towards the edge of the penalty area here. He's got options along the edge of the box. Musiala is one of them. He'll help it along to Pascal Gross. Puts in from Musa. Gross. Musiala. Deflects to Fulkrug, and Taylor makes the save.
That all goes back to way of giving the ball up in a bad location. Simply his body positioning square, and it gets picked off, and this is a lot of power, and not only does Turner do well to get down and cover it, but just keep it close to him and cushion it. But you could see that those are the moments for Berhalter and for this U.S. team when they talk about World Cups or Copa America against these teams and going far in those competitions. Can't give the ball away cheaply in those areas.
Germany giving it away cheaply here, and this is Weston McKennie. Dest pushing forward down the left side. Dest curling it in, and Ter Stegen is able to make the save. Just about the midway mark in the first half. 0-0 the scoreline between the United States and Germany here. Never really got into trouble, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen.
Just doesn't catch a lot of it.
He was in the World Cup squad but didn't play. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen behind Manuel Neuer, of course. Almost getting caught on the ball there, gets it out to Jonathan Tah. Ream pushing forward a long way there to keep that one in play. In fact, he didn't. He can't quite believe it. But the assistant on this near side had his flag up right on halfway. Jonathan Tah, the Bayer Leverkusen man, with the throw. Bayer Leverkusen, top of the Bundesliga, with 6 wins and 1 draw. Where's Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who had an own goal against the United States when they met in the Centennial Celebration match at RFK Stadium in DC. 4-3 win for the US back in 2013.
Interesting little adjustment. We watched the U.S. press a little bit, almost with 2 strikers pushing Gio Reyna up, and lately he's been dropping back and getting close to Gundogan, not letting him be the deep playmaker.
Lovely play there from Musa. This is Reyna. Where against Gosens on the right. Back it comes for Reyna, and that deflects behind for another US corner. Number 3 on the day through just over 23 minutes, but a lovely little bit of skill from Yunus Musa here in the midfield.
Okay. Also, a 6 making a 10 is always the best. And we talked to Musa yesterday. He's really enjoying himself. He's finally getting his opportunities. He thought he was going to have to be more patient, he said, to get in the Milan side. He's assisted on a beautiful goal to Christian Pulisic as well. He's finding really nice form right now.
Referee just stopping things, a little bit of pushing going on in there involving Pascal Gross. Pulisic with the corner then into the 25th minute here. The outswinger towards the penalty spot. McKennie climbed but couldn't get there. Oh, pressure was on there, and fortunately Dest was back as Sané looked to steal it. Gundogan, the high ball towards halfway.
Well done, Weston McKennie, tracking back there. You know, Berhalter, I don't know if it was, he said it wishingly, but we've all been talking about Weston McKennie. He'll play anywhere he's asked. You know, he was asked to play several positions for Leeds that he's not normally known for, but playing kind of right wing back for Juventus. You know, Berhalter wants him to demonstrate his capabilities in the center of the park and eventually get that role with his club side.
Weston McKennie's 6th start of the year for the US. Here's Reyna, rolling the ball through towards the edge of the box. The ball comes across to Pulisic. He goes down, The referee waving away penalty appeals as Marc-Andre ter Stegen tells Pulisic to get up. The boos ringing down from the US fans here in East Hartford. Didn't look at first glance as if it was a foul when Pulisic went down. Here's Balogun, who hasn't had a lot of involvement so far through 25 minutes. They'll roll it out to Scally on the right side. Scally's cross is a teat testing one, and Hummels is able to head it away. And here now Germany looking to break at pace as it's played forward up towards Wirtz, and the ball played in for Füllkrug. It's Füllkrug and denied by Matt Turner. What a chance for Germany to take the lead on the quick break forward. Füllkrug, a man in form right now. 6 goals in his last 7 international games. Pulisic! It's spectacular from Christian Pulisic!
Let's go all the way back to the penalty, and there's nothing. You know, there may be a little bit of contact, but I think that's the right no call. How about this? Hit the brakes, fly right by. It, really well done by Turner. Not only make the save, but look up immediately and watch this first touch from Christian Pulisic. We'll get another chance to look at how he just carves through the crowd, but let's just finish with the beauty. What a strike. And he had, I think it was Balogun or Weah in transition. And here's a moment, just drops shoulder. He looks and sees, that's just as good as you could strike a ball. What a beautiful finish from Christian Pulisic. A frantic moment in the game, back and forth, but just top corner, top shelf for Christian Pulisic.
Fabulous from Christian Pulisic. 4 goals in his last 5 US games now. And Christian Pulisic, the captain, on his 63rd appearance, has his 27th goal for his country.
I feel bad for our highlight team. That was a lot of action in a short time period.
This is why we love the game. What a game. What a goal. 29th minute here, and now Germany coming forward down the right side with Jamal Musiala. And Tim Ream stands strong, stands tall, and gets it away to Pulisic down the left side. He just seemed, when we talked to him yesterday after trading Christian Pulisic, as if he is just in a great place. He seemed happy with his club. The move to Italy. Is Sané trying to curl it in. Ream gets the block in. And now it drops for Gundogan. You can't underestimate that. The change of environment has done him a world of good. He scored goals the last couple of games for his club team AC Milan, who are top of the table, 2 points clear of Inter. He's got 4 goals in 8 Serie A games this season.
Well, let's watch this sequence again. Yeah, just lends the ball, and watch this first touch. Boom, right in the front position, just running at players, and how quickly he gets that shot off after he drops his shoulder, just right in his stride. And there's a cliche that we used to be on the wrong side of with the U.S., which is, you know, teams with talent, teams with quality, you give them chances, they're going to bury you. Well, we're the side today where you give Christian Pulisic or Balogun a few chances, they're going to bury you.
Sané on the right, in towards Musiala. Musiala's ball in, off McKennie. Coming across to take this one. Half an hour gone. Gundogan's ball in towards the far post, and Richard's got a head to it. Only half cleared there. Weston McKennie able to bring it down.
Weston McKennie is having a first half that he's not going to show up in the highlights a lot, but he's doing so many things right. Finding spots, he's got to get back and join the back line, covering in ground and getting up and joining the attack. Comfortable on the ball, not just kicking it out, taking that one down beautifully, having a really, really solid first half.
Hummels. Long ball forward, headed away by Richards. And Reina, lovely link-up play there with Ware as Reina glides forward, and the referee allows play to continue.
But he's got to blow it.
He does now.
Something about Gio's game, and his dad had the same. Yeah, Claudio was a wonderful player, and father and son have the same quality of just gliding with the ball. It's just effortless, and he almost drags it with him. His touch is perfect. The ball is not cumbersome. He's not even thinking about it. And I would say, and Claude's gonna have to agree, but be mad at me, his son's got a little more juice. He can run faster, he can cover a little more ground than Claudio could, so he can actually glide by people and stay past them.
Brewster did well under pressure as Richards helps the ball across for Ream. Pulisic, the goal scorer. Dest under pressure from Tar. And a free kick here for the US. Pulisic almost going in goal last week as well when AC Milan needed a goalkeeper. In the end, it was Olivier Giroud, and Christian Pulisic telling us yesterday he did actually offer to go in goal, but it was the goalkeeper coach that made the decision. He went with Giroud, and in the end, Christian Pulisic was quite pleased about that because he said he'd already got a goal. He didn't want to mess anything up late in the game. And as we saw Giroud's flying save that he made coming out to get the ball.
Yeah, I think Dunny asked him, would you have done that? He's like, yeah, I don't know if I would have done that.
Dest. Into the path of Pulisic. Up against Jonathan Tah. Pulisic's ball in, led away by Rudiger. Verts gets the free kick there.
That's just right there. I was watching the sequence. Musa, he picked a little too advanced a position, so he wasn't goal side, but that's okay. His first foul of the game, most likely not getting a yellow card for that. That even though he was in the wrong position, makes the right call to not let Germany get in behind them and start to counter.
Reina finds Pulisic. Reina with 26 minutes in a 4-2 win against Union Berlin in his first appearance of the season last weekend for Dortmund. Flag stays down here. Oh, and then it went up.
You can see that Hummels is trying to get everyone to calm down, and here's that finish again. I mean, you know when you see a goalkeeper, one of the best out there, you got to say, just looks to the left and wishes something wide. That's a great strike. The power and the placement of that, especially at top speed, wonderful.
And that was a great look from our AT&T 5G net cam. Reina forward. Ware trying to get away from Verts down the right. Positive run from Ware all the way towards Balogun, just behind the striker as it comes back now for Reina, who stings the palms of Ter Stegen.
What I was saying right before that replay is Hummels has been trying to calm Germany down and get them to just relax a little more on the ball. And they're still just giving it away. And that one, Balogun, not in the right spot. He was trying to make that near post run. He's so good, though, at finding those spaces. A couple steps back, maybe that's right to his foot. But the U.S. just relentless, keeping the pressure on.
Gundogan with the ball across for Tar. Gross. Carried forward by Rudiger. Back it comes for Mats Hummels. Started 6 of 7 games as Germany won the 2014 World Cup. Now Musiala. Musiala looking for the ball through to Sané, but Dest read it well and was able to clear it away. Turner had rushed out of his net as well, as we're inside the final 10 minutes of this enthralling first half.
And a final 10 minutes, right? So check, 1-0 up, get into the locker room, at least at 1-0, and you see the U.S., their first line of competition, deeper. Closing those passing lanes, making it more difficult for Germany to find those balls through the middle, forcing them wide, which makes it easier to shift. A little tactical adjustment right now from Greg Berhalter.
There was a lot of talk in the press conference yesterday about what's most important here, a result against a team like Germany or the performance, and seeing that this team is improving and learning how to play against a high-class opponent. Right now they're getting both, aren't they? Result and performance?
Far.
Players from the World Cup squad in this Germany squad that has made the trip across to the United States. Gundogan. Rudiger. Gross. Pascal Gross with a bit of space here. Might have a crack at goal and then decides to try and play the ball through for Musiala. Musiala, the 28-year-old who could have represented either Germany or England. Appearances in 4 of 7 games this year for Bayern, who find themselves third, a couple of points off top spot in the Bundesliga. He also started 2 in the Champions League as they won both so far against Manchester United and got a goal in Copenhagen, the 2-1 win that they had. Gossen's ball back inside. Now Sané cutting in against Dest. A little bit of space here for Sané. Drives along the edge of the box. Gundogan's ball through, and it's a chance there for Sané. Knocked in by Gundogan, and Germany have the leveller. 7 minutes before half-time. Germany cutting through the US to tie things at 1-1.
Sonny, look at all the numbers in the middle he dribbles into, and just no one leaves that back line initially to go out to him. But how about that touch from Gundogan? Just incredible. This one, just one time outside of the foot, and Turner actually does well initially to push him wide, and even gets a hand on it. Just no one quick to react at that point. You got to say that Turner does good enough to allow players to recover, but just, I think, hesitation from a lot of defenders that are crowding an area. It's almost that bystander phenomenon of so many players to make a play that no one does, but the class of Gundogan on that touch. It's one of the reasons they break through right there.
And Gundogan's first goal since he scored in the World Cup in the 2-1 loss against Japan in Qatar. Germany eliminated in the group stage of the last 2 World Cups. Before 2018, they'd never gone out at the group stage. And around 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in the first half in East Hartford. Jonathan Tah. Sané.
Yeah, I think this is the exact thing, right? That we were saying 10 minutes left, you said performance and results getting there. That's one reason I was just one-word answer. It's like it's not there yet, and these are the crucial moments where you got to get to halftime 1-0, and just a little too much passivity in that play from the U.S., which sometimes happens when you shift into a lower block and you have that false sense of security of so many numbers around.
Coming up next is the Volkswagen halftime show, as the US and Germany are tied at 1-1. in East Hartford, Connecticut. Dest trying to get to the byline. It's a decent ball in, goes off Hummels and behind for a corner on the far side. That's Hummels in the 5th year of his second spell with Dortmund. 5-time Bundesliga winner. Pulisic going across to take this one. In towards the front post. And they couldn't beat the first man there. Musa trying to keep it in play and just fails to do so, but they'll get the throw here anyway.
That's not good enough from Pulisic. You know, that's a minor detail too. At the end of a half, you get an opportunity, and it was interesting in training. Right, we saw Reyna taking some of the corner kicks. You wonder if some point, if he underhits him, if Reyna steps in there.
Reyna with the ball into the box. Interesting to see from this side if Reyna takes them.
That was the side in training he was taking them from, and Pulisic the other side.
Reyna with that leg injury in the Nations League final against Canada. Of the 11 starting today started the Nations League semi-final against Mexico in June, including all of the front 6. Pulisic giving the United States the lead, only for Gundogan to level things up close towards half-time. Turner gets it out to Reed, who almost got caught, but in the end did enough to get it up to Pulisic, and here goes Serginho Dest down the left side. Dest skipping the challenge of Hummels, who pulls him down, and will get a yellow card from referee Fernando Guerrero.
It's the long touch here, and then Pulisic does so well with pressure on his back and even a little contact. It's this long touch right here that invites the challenge, but Dest just quicker, knows it's coming, only has to get a toe poke on it. And then just the momentum of Hummels. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was getting for it.
Pulisic standing over the free kick in the final 90 seconds of the first half. Ream and Richards both forward from the back. Pulisic's delivery just over the top of the head of Chris Richards.
Yeah, this isn't poor service. Normally you want that to be within the frame of the goal and on that far post, but just inches away right there from Richards, and no far post run. At this point, you guys just need to be tight. Get in at 1-1. Look at the good. Look at things you can improve, but so far, really good first half.
There was some talk about Chris Richards maybe moving club before the end of the transfer window, and whether he would get the opportunities at Crystal Palace this season. Actually came off the bench and played a midfield role for Palace against Matt Turner and Forest last weekend. Matt Turner has to come and claim this one.
Good choice there from Turner. Just get into the locker room.
Matt Turner with a lot of family and friends here. He said it's probably the closest he's ever played to home, and the ticket requests exceeded the number of actual tickets that he had available for this game, so it was a first come first served basis, and he had to turn quite a few people away. but in excess of 50 family and friends of Matt Turner's here at the game today. Reina. Musiala pushing forward. Reina gave a little tug at the jersey. The referee allows play to continue. Musiala's ball through. And now it falls back for Sané. Blocked by Weston McKennie. Sané once more with a chance. Twisting and turning, and Musiala's shot comes off McKennie. Couple of real tugs at Musiala's jersey there by Reina on the way through.
Weston McKennie. I mean, just this one, and you could see he just adjusts while he's in the air to make that block, and also got to the second chance. So important, those two blocks from Weston McKennie. Probably why isn't there a yellow for Reina? Even if you let the play go on and don't call the foul, you could go back and give it to him.
Not once, but twice. As Musiala made his way forward. Gundogan with the ball into the front post. All the way out for Sané. Gundogan's cross in, headed away by Weston McKennie. And this, the last act of the first half, as Pulisic over halfway. Looked like the flag was going to go up there on Weah, and it does. And the referee brings to a close.
What a first half.
A really entertaining first 45 minutes here in East Hartford. The United States taking the lead through Christian Pulisic in this one, but Gundogan was able to level things up. Let's hear from Greg Berhalter with Melissa Ortiz.
Greg, a very fast-paced first half as expected. What are your thoughts on the performance so far?
It's an entertaining half, I think, for the fans, the people to watch at home. You know, they're good. They're good on the ball. Their build-up shape is giving us problems, but we're also hurting them and giving them a lot of problems. So back and forth game, we need to tighten it up a little, be a little bit more compact.
Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
A wonderful solo goal from Christian Pulisic, the captain for the United States, but it was the captain for Germany, Gundogan, leveling things up. And here at half-time, it's 1-1.
Pick up. Gotta go. Come on. Tracy, let's go.
and what he can do and how he changes the team when he's in there. We also all know he's coming back from injury and has struggled to stay fit through long time periods, so very smart to manage his minutes. But also tactically, this is going to change the way they defend, change the way that they try to disrupt and stymie what Germany is doing. And whether it's an inverted triangle, getting two defensive midfielders a little higher to put pressure when they don't have the ball, or sitting with two, we'll find out in a few moments.
It's the same 11 for Germany. Gundogan's goal in the 39th minute, leveling things up after Christian Pulisic had scored with a wonderful solo effort just before the half-hour mark to make it 1-0. But Luca de la Torre, the 25-year-old midfielder from San Diego, will come on for his 18th cap. Plays for Celta Vigo in Spain, where he started 7 of his 8 appearances in La Liga this season for a club that is at the wrong end of the table, 18th with just 1 win so far on the season. De la Torre's 6th appearance of the year for the US men's national team. So we'll wait and see how things change around in that midfield for Greg Berhalter with De la Torre's introduction. Four meetings in the United States between these two teams. The US winning the last 2 of them, and they were in front in this one until Gundogan's goal close to half-time. And Germany looking to try and make it back-to-back wins after beating France in September. Gundogan scoring the first goal of the Julian Nagelsmann era. This their first game under the former Bayern Munich boss, who took over from Hansi Flick. Rudiger verts down the left side. He's cutting in against De la Torre. Gundogan feeds it across for Jonathan Tah. Nice feet from Musiala, and that deflects towards Füllkrug. Richards gets a touch. Gundogan! And Turner did well because I think he saw it quite late.
The US in a 4-3-3 where at times without the ball it was like a flat 3 where any of the players in that midfield 3 were trying to lead that line to go put pressure higher up the field. It'll take a moment for them to get comfortable, and we'll get a real sense of how that change with Reina tactically makes them look different.
Dest with the ball down the left into the feet of Christian Pulisic. Pulisic just too far in front of Balogun. And a move that started with a wonderful, cool, calm play from Ream.
You don't expect a whiff there, and that comes through a crowd, unfortunately right to Turner. You can see him looking to his left, trying to find the ball. Don't expect Gundogan to hit there.
Gundogan across the back for Jonathan Tah. Pascal Gross.
See right there, it's almost two blocks of 3 from the US, that first line of defense, and just trying to get pressure earlier, further up the field.
And now space here down the left as Rudiger pushes forward, but the flag is up. Rudiger in his 2nd season with Real Madrid after his move from Chelsea, where he won the Champions League in 2021. Here's Ream. Melissa Ortiz had a chance to catch up with Greg Berhalter.
Greg mentioned that tactically in this half, he wants to see a tighter defensive line. And he also wants to try to deny access to their center mids, and by doing that, that should give the US more stability, especially in the midfield.
Gundogan cutting that one out and charging forward He might go all the way. Slides it to Füllkrug here for Germany. Great save by Turner. Germany on the front foot here in the opening few minutes of the second half.
Gundogan just holds on, waiting for the central pressure. And that challenge from Ream at least lets Turner lean a little more near post and expect that. And that was going to sneak in. Strong hand there from Turner. Not a great start to the half in the U.S.
Matt Turner starting all 8 games for Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. 2 clean sheets this season since his move. Gundogan's ball in, Turner coming to get there, and he claimed it really well. And he's looking immediately to get this one away to Weah. What delivery that is from Matt Turner. Really well done. Scally. And that's a free kick, because Joe Scally got it back towards Weah. Scally, the Borussia Mönchengladbach defender.
You heard him on their mics and you saw him in your screen. There's an extra bit of intensity in this second half from Germany that we didn't see. There's another look at that beautiful outlet kick from Matt Turner.
Dest. Balogun laying it back off for Musa. And here comes Sané. Musa did well to recover. As the US look to play their way down that left side. They've done well. Ream finding McKennie. Pulisic. Richards. Ream with the ball forward to Pulisic. Down the left side it goes for Weston McKennie. Jonathan Tah going over to defend.
The U.S. very narrow right now. You see Scally trying to backpedal to give them a little bit of shape and stretch out this German team.
Pulisic finds McKennie on the edge of the box. Still support over there from Dest. Dest against Jonathan Tah. Dest with that ball chipped in towards the back post and just over the top of both Balogun and Pulisic. It's a sellout crowd here today. The attendance a little under 38,000. On a rainy afternoon in East Hartford, Connecticut.
So look at these 2 triangles that Germany have created in that back line. That's what's making it so hard for the U.S. right now, is how easy it is for them to stretch them and play between the lines.
Musiala's ball out to Sané on the right. He's up against Dest. Sané does well as he turns against Serginho Dest. Punched away by Turner. Gundogan over the bar.
But, you know, Dest actually does a really good job here. I can't express how difficult it is to play against a player like Sané, who's strong, who's fast, who has balance. And you could see, I think, defenders are now getting stuck watching Dest in these one-on-one battles, and Turner does so well to get onto that, but it falls right to Gundogan, who has the talent to hit that. It's those second balls, that second sequence that I think the U.S. is just not really switched on. Doesn't have that energy, doesn't have that focus that they had throughout most of the first half.
Hummels for Germany. Tah. Cross it comes via Hummels for Rudiger. Florian Wirtz down the left. Wirtz with a dangerous cross into the middle, but just over the top of Füllkrug, and Matt Turner was looking to get things going quickly once again. Pulisic down the left. McKennie making a charging run forward. Pulisic has support from Dest coming as well. He's up against Gross. Dest. Now McKennie. Pulisic against Jonathan Tah. Pulisic's ball in, takes the deflection, and it's a corner from the far side here for the United States. Fifth corner of the game. And Christian Pulisic making his way across to take it. Goes short. Christian Pulisic on the edge of the box. Closed down by Sané. Pulisic with the ball in. Couldn't find McKennie, but it might drop here towards Balogun. And now here comes the break from Germany. Florian Wirtz quickly up over halfway as he tries to thread it through here. Dest looking to get back. Gosens. Gundogan. Gundogan finds Musiala. Germany looking threatening here as Musiala can't get past Scally. Is that a free kick? No, the referee allows play to continue. Both teams giving up possession here as Pulisic has it just short of halfway. Balogun has support both ways. He'll come across to the right here for Tim Weah. Now it's Luca Della Torre. Scally, who scored at the weekend at club level.
This is good. The US just slow things down a little bit more. Your Bees and Dunny talking at halftime about getting caught in this back and forth and the game being wide open. These are the moments where they've got to dictate things and just be calm on the ball.
And that's a free kick for the foul by Musa.
That's a perfect example of there was no point to force that ball into Musa. Their numbers up. You know, Germany's not pressing high. It's at some moments they got to just sit at the ball and move it around the back.
Musa, the second player into the book today of the Mexican referee Fernando Guerrero. The first was Mats Hummels in the first half. Gundogan continuing the run, and Talatore did well. In fact, it's gone out for a goal kick as he just clipped it off the foot of Gundogan there.
They got away with one in the first half, and the referee bringing up the yellow card there, and that's an important piece now. A player that is going to be in those deep positions and between the lines in transition have to be smart about not getting caught in moments where he's got to make tackles.
Here's Gross. Gundogan. Jonathan Tah. Everyone back behind the ball apart from Balogun defending here for the US as the cross comes along the edge of the box. Musiala tries to bring it under control. Gosens with the ball through, Fulkrug! He isn't going to miss from there. And Germany with a 2-1 lead. Niklas Fulkrug with his 8th international goal in just his 10th cap.
And he's on. You can see Dest deep. How about that for Gosens' first time pass into him? A just lovely entry pass there. It had to be first time or Dest was going to have enough time to move up, and Turner just getting sent the wrong way, thinking that that's coming near post. And he's had more chances than a player of his quality and his goal scoring ability, especially last year in the Bundesliga, would miss. You had to think he was going to bury them if he was given more chances, and now the U.S. coming out and in the first half A little sloppy, a little slow. Starting the first half, a little sloppy, a little slow. And Germany's talent, they're going to punish you, and that's what's happened.
And talking of talent, it looks as if a double change is coming up for Julian Nagelsmann, Kai Havertz and Niklas Süle.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when you look on the bench for Germany and you see the firepower they have.
Where towards the byline, as Julian Nagelsmann leads for the first time as the head coach of Germany, having trailed in this game through a Christian Pulisic goal in the 27th minute. Gundogan just before half-time, and then Füllkrug making it 2-1. Into the 60th minute, sixth corner for the US. An outswinger coming here from the right from Pulisic. And that's a wonderful header, but just not able to get it under the bar. Great positioning from Musa.
And Ream just crowds that front post. It just looks like he doesn't time the snap of that header. It looks like he just snaps a little bit early, and it comes off more the top of his head. Great opportunity there.
The double change coming. Wonderful chance for Musa. Should have done better in that situation. Tar back for Hummels. It's going to be Mats Hummels leaving the game, and Florian Wirtz as well. Here's Rudiger pushing forward towards the edge of the box. And McKennie there to break it up once again. Scally on the ball by the corner flag here. Came off the bench at the weekend to score in a 2-2 tie against Mainz. Joe Scally. Rudiger, 63rd cap for the Real Madrid man. Musiala's ball forward. And now Musiala. Turner has to be quick. Who gets there? Musiala taps it home. Two quick goals from Germany. Jamal Musiala makes it 3.
I mean, the amount of time, 10 yards out from the 18, German players are allowed. Now, that's an unlucky deflection, but the problem started well before that. What a beautiful touch that was. And here's a bit of the lucky deflection, but right outside of the 18, German players with all sorts of time to pick their head up, to take touches, no intensity, no pushing out, to get pressure on the ball and take nothing away from a lovely bit of skill there after scoring a goal, setting up that chance to go 3-1 up. And the final third, they've been super clinical, Germany, but you can't give players of that class that much time on the ball outside your 18.
Florian Wirtz makes way. 20-year-old will play a key role moving forward for Julian Nagelsmann. He's appeared in 7 of 8 games now this year after missing last year with a torn ACL. And it's Mats Hummels on his first start since June of 2021, who also leaves the game. But it's Germany now in complete control.
Let's remember the context for Nagelsmann. I mean, what a tough position he's in to come in so quickly and play a team like the U.S., not have a lot of time. But I guess the good part, so many players that are familiar with his system, and the first half he probably felt okay about, but I mean, they've just been absolutely dominant the second half.
Füllkrug in the 58th, Musiala in the 61st, and suddenly this one could get away from the United States. Musiala with his second international goal, his first since October of 2021 when he scored in a World Cup qualifier against North Macedonia. Musiala. Gundogan.
I think that this is a perfect example of it feels like the U.S. is caught between two gears of being deep, of being disciplined, of closing passing lanes, or being open and not getting pressure on the ball. And being between those right now, it's just so easy for Germany to play around them.
3 changes coming for Greg Berhalter, who of course spent a lot of his career in Germany. 7 years playing in Germany with Energy Cottbus and 1860 Munich between 2002 and 2009. He's bringing on Aronson, Pepe and Cameron Carter-Vickers. When the US needs a goal, usually Pepe coming in gets them one. He's got 6 goals in 6 appearances this year, and he's scored in 4 of his last 5 substitute appearances, Ricardo Pepe. Cameron Carter-Vickers, the 25-year-old defender who plays for Celtic, coming in to replace Chris Richards. Straight swap up top with Balogun being replaced by Pepe. And Aronson for Ware. It's a quiet afternoon for Folarin Balogun.
He was just definitely locked out of this second half, and obviously they spent a lot more time on the ball in the first half. They were dictating the tempo. The game was open. He was finding his moments, and yeah, he spent a lot of the time chasing the ball. I mean, Germany has just been a totally different side the second half, and I think it has a lot to do with the U.S. sitting back and just showing them a little more respect, and it taking them time to get in this new formation, and Germany just didn't allow it.
It's the 4th time. The US has conceded 3 goals in 63 games under Greg Berhalter. The last time was against the Netherlands at the World Cup. Greg Berhalter's record against European opposition: 2 wins, 2 losses and 3 draws. He played against Germany twice, including, of course, that World Cup game in 2002 in the quarter-final. It was his effort on goal that Torsten Frings kept out. Don't bring it up.
It still hurts.
Cameron Carter-Vickers.
So Lothar Matthäus, when I went to go use the men's room, passed by him and just had to get back on air, so I didn't have time to get upset about it.
Cameron Carter-Vickers in his first camp since the World Cup, where he played once in the 1-0 win against Iran. Israel way back here. Brendan Aronson down the right side. Aronson facing a couple of his Union Berlin teammates, including being up against Gosens directly, who is on the left for Germany. Aronson down the right. He said that this will be a learning experience for them. There have been a few dissenting voices in the German camp about the long international flight to have to come across to the US to play. He said Gosens and Behrens, who is on the bench today, will find out what he has to go through all the time, Brendan Aronson, when he comes across to play for the US, and then maybe now he'll get a bit more sympathy on international break, probably with his teammates. Pulisic standing over this corner. Pulisic's outswinger flicked away there by Rudiger. Scally able to head it back. Can he find Dest? Just there, as Kai Havertz was chasing forward.
Yeah, I think adversity is going to be good for this young U.S. side. How do they react? I mean, this is a very good German team who are comfortable now. How do you disrupt them? How do you get back into this game? Where can you get pressure on the ball? How do you link up? How do you get confidence? How do you get tempo again? These are all things that this young U.S. team needs to be able to figure out in moments like this.
Sula's high ball forward, and suddenly how things can change in the space of a month. This was supposed to be a team that was in crisis when they lost against Japan in the last window. They came back and managed to win against France. And now, having gone behind and faced adversity early today against the US, with a little over 20 minutes remaining, they have a 3-1 lead in Julian Nagelsmann's first game in charge. Sula's ball out wide to Havertz on the right. Two more changes coming. Leon Goretzka. And also Julian Brandt will be coming in. They've certainly got depth, don't they, in terms of the quality, Germany.
When I was prepping for this game, I was thinking there are a lot of players on the bench that would have started, and now these guys are coming on fresh in this situation. But that's what world powers have. There's a lot of depth and a lot of quality off the bench.
Musiala in around the back of Luca de la Torre here, who is trying to recover. Musiala cutting into the box, has support there, but looks to play it back. And the shot is wide from Leroy Sané, and that might well be the last action for him today.
There's look at that last chance, and he takes a look to locate Sané. And there's nice weight on that. It comes at him fast, but Sané's footwork is right. He's ready to swing at that. And just probably tired legs.
Sané, the Bayern man, making his 6th appearance in a row for Germany. Actually scored against Joe Scalli's Mönchengladbach in a 2-1 win in September for Bayern. And the two-time Premier League winner with Manchester City will exit the game here. Brandt and Goretzka coming in.
It doesn't get much easier with Brandt coming in. That's an incredibly gifted player. It's going to be hard to handle on that side of the field.
And Goretzka, a player that Weston McKennie called a big brother when they were coming through the ranks at Schalke. Havertz. Pepe came a long way to get there and break up the play. Dest on the far side. Brandt. Back for Sula. Sula, 28-year-old Frankfurt-born defender. Played every minute of all 3 games for Germany in Qatar. His 2nd World Cup. Kai Havertz up against Dest. The Arsenal man getting that cross in where it's away as far as Gundogan now on the edge of the box. Rudiger. Gundogan does well to find Brandt, who couldn't bring it under control. And the US just needing to settle things down a bit here as Pulisic tried to feed it forward for Dest, but Sula was back there to get it to Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Well, the tough part for the US is now that they're not possessing the ball, now that they're doing a lot of chasing, they're getting dragged out of shape, it's easier for Germany to win the ball back, which is a crucial piece and a famous piece of the way that their manager likes to play at the club level, you know, gegenpressing or whatever these phrases you want to use about possessing the ball, so you're in great shape to win it back. And the US have to start to dictate the game a little bit, get on the balls. I mean, if nothing else, just to get their breath and get their head up.
Gosens with that cushioned header in towards Musiala. Gosens will continue the run. Joe Scally is back there, sliding in with a challenge. Scally getting the start in the right back role today. We're going to see Kevin Paredes coming in, and also Johnny Cardoso. Paredes will be coming for his 2nd cap, the Wolfsburg man who used to play for DC United. Brandt. It's Brendan Aronson. Lovely turn from Reed. Scally down the right. Turner, Musa. The press coming here from Germany. Can the US find a way out here? Scally. McKennie. Oh, given away cheaply there as Sula stepped into it, and then the shot from Fulkrug over the bar. US Soccer on TNT is brought to you by Volkswagen, presenting partner of US Soccer. So the double change coming here sees Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie coming out of the game. Great opportunity for Kevin Paredes, who joined Wolfsburg from DC United back in January of 2022. 4 substitute appearances for him in the Bundesliga this season. 11 minutes on his debut against Oman in September in Minnesota, after a couple of appearances last year at the Under-20 World Cup. Paredes for Pulisic and Johnny Cardoso of Internacional coming in for his first appearance since the Nations League final against Canada, having missed the September camp with an injury. Returned to league action at the weekend with 78 minutes and a 3-2 win against Gremio. 15 minutes left to play at Rentschler Field.
That right there, just a tiny little moment, but just being in good position defensively, forcing a more difficult pass from the goalkeeper, and you win it, and you're in an attacking posture.
Musa. This one stood up towards Pepe. Paredes involved early, having just come on. Gosens is the player down for Germany. Germany, the hosts of Euro 2024 next year. It's the second time they will have hosted that tournament. The first was 1988. The loss to the Netherlands in the semi-final. We know what the 88 Euros was famous for, that great Van Basten goal.
Every time you see that video, you always go, well, there's no way he's going to hit that.
And he does every time.
Every time he does it.
To absolute perfection. As you mentioned pre-game, 2 countries here who will host big tournaments next summer. The Euros for Germany, Copa America for the US. Ream with the curl ball out to the right side here for Scally, whose cross is too close to Marc-Andre ter Stegen. The Germany keeper, who is in his 10th season with Barcelona. Ter Stegen, 4 clean sheets in 9 games in La Liga this season. Rudiger up towards halfway. Cameron Carter-Vickers trying to get there ahead of Fulkrug. And a free kick given by the referee the way of the US.
And there's another example, just Aronson and being in a high block, and Aronson just leaving early and making a decision to put pressure on the ball forces that, you know, blind long ball from Rudiger, and you get back on possession. I think that the conservative nature, the passivity that somehow got installed by moving into a more defensive shape, the U.S. is just, they haven't been able to break out of that, but it's those little moments, just go press Germany, make them uncomfortable.
And there's space here for Brendan Aronson down the right. Up against Rudiger. Aronson does really well here as he skips into the box. He goes down under the challenge. Slight glance towards the referee, but not really a huge appeal from any of the US players. As Thomas Müller gets set to come in, turned 34 last month. .45 goals and 123 caps for the veteran forward. De La Torre, the half-time substitute. Here's Scally into the path of Brendan Aronson. Aronson's ball towards the edge of the box. It should be dealt with, but Pepe was quick to pounce. Ricardo Pepe. And now Aronson. Germany doing enough, getting the bodies in the way. Gundogan away. De La Torre brings it down. Scally.
Yeah, substitutions have given life to the U.S. team. Much different feel to the game now.
Musa. Closed down quickly there by Goretzka. Germany also got to give a debut to Chris Führich. It's his first call up to a camp. 25-year-old who plays for Stuttgart. Second in the Bundesliga right now, a point behind Bayer Leverkusen. So Thomas Müller will come on to replace Niklas Füllkrug, who scored his 8th career goal for Germany today, to make it 2-1 in the 58th minute. Before Musiala's goal made it 3, just 3 minutes later. And here comes an all-time great of the game.
Incredible goal scorer. I remember the first time watching him when he got on the scene. He just has that awkward running style, and it's kind of duck-footed, and you thought to yourself, I mean, there's no way this guy's got to be a great goal scorer, and he's been one of the best Germany's ever had. Listen to the reception he's getting.
Great ovation in East Hartford for Thomas Müller. Führich in as well. Aronson, little ball through here, Paredes.
I'd be interested to see Berhalter's comments afterwards, and he's able to immediately reflect on how the game shifted so dramatically. For me, it's just as simple as I think the worry was some of the transition and some of the dangerous chances that were created through the lines, and I think the reaction was an overcompensation of just getting too passive and showing Germany too much respect. Trying to solve what was a little problem in the first half created a big problem in the second.
The other player leaving the game at that moment for Julian Nagelsmann was Musiala. Turner coming a long way there and gets it away against Kai Havertz, who made the move to Arsenal in June. Müller rolls it through for Havertz here, up against Dest. Brandt couldn't get a touch to it. Paredes on the far side. Under pressure from Havertz, it's out for a Germany throw. Germany with Mexico to come in Philadelphia on Tuesday. It's the same night that the US will play against Ghana in Nashville. A completely different type of challenge for Greg Berhalter's side on TNT Tuesday night at 8 Eastern from Geodis Park. Julian Nagelsmann talked yesterday about how big a part Jamal Musiala is going to play for his side moving forward, and it was easy to see from that performance out there today.
He's so fun to watch, and how exciting to be hosting. You know, we talk about the 2026 World Cup and hosting in our own country. I mean, they got Euros coming up, and all the talent that they have, and this bright young coach they have, that it's just going to be a special summer for them.
Aronson all the way across to Paredes on the left side. Dest came storming forward there, but Jonathan Tah was able to get it. Now it's Goretzka. and it's out of play for a throw for Germany. All-state moment of the match.
This is just a beautiful first touch right there. It's gorgeous. Looks up, takes a peek at Turner, and missed a few chances in the first half, but Fulkrug beautifully putting that away to give them the comfortable 3-1 lead.
And really, at that point, the game was over as a contest. After a first half where the US caused Germany problems and went in at the break tied at 1-1, having led. Gundogan, who scored the tying goal for Germany before the break. Gosens. All the way back here for Rudiger. US playing here at Rentschler Field for the first time since October of 2018, a 1-1 draw against Peru. Of course, it was the scene of Landon Donovan's final game in October of 2014. Over the top it goes for Thomas Muller to chase. He's just able to keep it in play. Furyk gets it back from Muller. Gosens with the cross towards the back post, and Jonathan Tah forward from right back, linking up here with Kai Havertz as Germany look for a fourth with 5 minutes left to play. Sula's ball through off De La Torre, and Sula from distance. He wasn't too far away. The half substitute in the second half for Mats Hummels.
How about this strike? It's like they're doing an after-practice finishing drill here. It's off the shin slightly, but it gets that top spin.
Well, we've already done the moment of the match, so we can't score.
There'd be another one. Yeah, we'd have to do another one. That went in.
That would have been just his second international goal. His first since a friendly against Russia in November of 2018. De La Torre. Wide for Scally. Aronson. De La Torre. Now Scally clipping the cross in over the top of Pepe. Sula was able to get a touch to it as Brandt finds Havertz. Germany looking composed and in control right now. Sula's ball up towards Thomas Muller against Cameron Carter-Vickers. Helped out to Havertz on the right side. Really well worked here. Havertz. Gundogan pushing forward into the box. Couldn't find a way past Cameron Carter-Vickers.
What a beautiful moment that was for Germany. Very fluid. 1- and 2-touch passing. Yeah, good one. He's going for a cheeky little first touch nutmeg to get that onto his right foot.
Sula. Tah linking up with Havertz. Kai Havertz scoring the winner in that Champions League final for Chelsea in 2021. Former teammate of Christian Pulisic there. Pepe having to do the chasing across as Germany just look to keep possession right now.
Even those little 5-yard sprints, though, from Pepe, he's hasn't gotten on the ball in the way he wants to, but he's impacted the game just from the front, leading and trying to get center backs' heads down.
Muller against Ream. The battle of the wily veterans. Tim Ream, 36 years old. Thomas Muller, 34. Muller, a 12-time German champion. A couple of Champions Leagues, couple of Club World Cups. 2014 World Cup winner. his 124th cap. Sula's ball through, and Muller was just offside. That was tight. Inside the final 2 minutes here. What will be the concerns for Greg Berhalter following this second half performance?
Just the dramatic difference. Right. You can take Germany scoring incredible goals. You could take a team like this that has amazing talent, incredible success at the international level. You could take them meeting you and outplaying you at some point, but you can't take it turning into just an easy walk in the park where at times they're just, it's almost like a 75% shadow drill at times. And I think Greg will look at, they definitely moved into a more defensive posture and mindset. What was it about that and the switch of Reina going out that created such a passive team that made it easy for Germany?
Havertz, Brandt. Della Torre across for Paredes on the far side. Now here's Serginho Dest trying to push forward. Up over halfway he goes. Dest sliding it through for Aronson. Rudiger was able to get back and just glides into that challenge to pick up the ball.
The other side of it is we have to give credit, right, to Germany and a team that came out and obviously getting a chance to sit with this team at halftime. Obviously they came out much better, much more confidence, cleaner with the ball, sharper and better energy.
Havertz and Muller both making runs into the middle here as it's played across goal. Turner can claim, and they'll look to get it going quickly up towards Musa into 2 minutes of stoppage time being added on at the end of this one. Paredes. Musa. Not much by way of support right now, but there is space down the right for Della Torre, and Joe Scally coming forward. Scally's ball in deflected. Aronson. Lovely footwork from Brendan Aronson. He got the free kick, he has. He'll probably take it as well.
Incredible skill there. And Rudiger just throwing a leg after he was able to push him back and get him to play negative. Really wonderful there from Aronson. Maybe a couple of touches too many, but drew a foul in a dangerous area.
Minutes of stoppage time here, with Germany holding the 3-1 lead, and Brendan Aronson standing over the free kick that he won himself. Aronson, the second half substitute, with what could well be the last action of the game. Brendan Aronson straight against the wall. Appeals for offside as it's just nodded back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the referee, with a check of the watch. The final whistle blows, and it is a win for Julian Nagelsmann in his first game in charge of Germany. It had started so well for the United States, taking the lead in the 27th minute through Christian Pulisic with a beautiful solo goal. But Gundogan tied it before half-time, and then 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes in the second half, either side of the hour mark from Füllkrug and Musiala. Meant in the end, Nagelsmann's side were fairly comfortable here as they coasted in that second half to victory.
Yeah, the biggest test, we said it pre-game, the biggest test in this new cycle so far for the U.S., and they didn't pass it. And There were incredible things and a lot of bright moments to take out of the first half. And the second half was just not good enough in many ways. And so they've got a chance to get back on the training field. They've got Ghana coming up. And so it's really going to be about how do they respond? What did they learn from this game? And obviously, Greg knows and the U.S. players know that this is not going to be good enough if they want to go and win Copa or go and win, a World Cup in 2026. And so these are moments that they have to learn from. But so much credit to Germany. What a tough situation for that young coach right there, Nagelsmann. And he must be thrilled with how they reacted in the second half. And that has a lot to do with what was difficult for the U.S. team, is how much better Germany was in the second half.
Well, it's full time in East Hartford, and it is a win for Germany by 3-1. Stay with us. The post-game show is coming up next.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and save big during the 4-day super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.69. Hurry, it's only October 13th through the 16th. Shop online or at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the